Here we came too far, in the darkest days, don't know where we are, or who we are. Here we came too far, in the darkest days, don't know where we are, or who we are. Here we came too far, in the darkest days, don't know where we are, or who we are. Here we came too far, in the darkest days.
Alright, what up, y'all? Planet of Fakes Hollywood and Big Star HH News. I guess yesterday, Jaguar either made a video or a statement about the film writer and director Ava Duverna. And this is what she had to say. How did none of your investigations lead to Clyde Davis? Jaguar Wright believes Ava Duverna is an idiot or being paid to avoid real targets. And I could probably help Jaguar out with this. Jaguar, Ava's not being paid. When you got money, it's not too many people that could pay you to do stuff that you normally wouldn't do. But if you look at Ava's record, you can see she's a Sundance Film Festival baby. And as y'all already know, the film Cuties and all that stuff came from Sundance Film Festival, if I'm not mistaken, then made its way to Netflix. Now you see Congress reviewed it, and they want them charged with pedophilia. So for Ava to even touch on sex working, or that's what I'm gonna say, sex working or trafficking or pedophilia or, the LGBT underground Hollywood, she would have to give up being a part of that Sundance Film Festival culture. And that's not happening. So I don't think anybody had to pay her to miss Clyde Davis. And Clyde Davis admitted to being bisexual. And a lot of people have been saying for years that people have to take certain oaths in order to make it in entertainment. Now, with that being said, knowing Clyde Davis, Diddy's relationship, I don't think nobody got to say anything else. Clyde Davis' relationship with Alicia Keys, I don't think people got to say anything else. So, I don't think nobody had to pay Ava at all. She got some great films. But I want y'all to notice in this article, y'all going to see the video, and I'm going to circle that they have Ava Duverna down as being American. But when they start describing her films, they start talking about African American. And a lot of y'all that follow me know how I feel about that term. But if you could put in the comments, why do they refer to her as an American and refer to, I guess, this other fictional fantasy demographic of people as African Americans? Do y'all see any difference in the class? And when I say class, I don't mean school. I mean in the level of social ranking. What do you think comes higher? What do you think comes first? An American on America or an African American on America? Africa, honestly, only have to give you 50% of the rights you deserve, because only half of you are on it. And y'all should perhaps look to the other continents for the other half of your rights. And I'm just playing devil's advocate. No offense to people that adapted that term. I don't adapt it. I don't allow it to get put on me due to the fact I know enough law. And it clearly states in law, you can't claim to be of African descent if you can't prove it. And simply going on roots or mythological stories you've been told about people being traded on the transatlantic and all that, that's not proof of evidence. You gotta have proof of evidence. You have African descendants. And 9 times out of 10, if you're American, you're not going to be able to do that. Now, African Americans, I don't know. Those are like Nigerians that move here and have babies with Americans. I don't know. But I just wanted y'all to check that out in the video, because I circled that they got her down as American. And all her films talk about African American struggles. Help me figure that out. Also, This is gonna be like a short little receipt for Jaguar Wright hidden in plain sight. A lot of people didn't know when she was telling them a story about Foxy Brown living in North Philly, staying at a man named, or a boy named Ricky's mother's house after her first album had already been done. She was staying at her boyfriend's house. Ricky is also known as KORRUPT, from the Dog Pound, from Death Row, from the West Coast, partners with Daz, Dog Pound. Ooh, she got that bomb. All that. Ninjas don't give a F, ninja. All that. That's KORRUPT. But I wanted to show y'all a receipt of Jaguar Wright saying that diseases took Foxy Brown's hearing. So let's go get the receipt on that. I spoke about it on the live, but I want to show y'all the receipt right now. So let's do that. All right, so I basically went to Google and I put in untreated chlamydia can lead to hearing loss. So it says, what can untreated chlamydia lead to? If you're a woman, untreated chlamydia can spread to your uterus and fallopian tubes. So this may explain a lot of stuff she said about Mary J. Blige and also Foxy Brown. Tubes that carry fertilized eggs from the ovaries to the uterus. This can cause pelvic inflammatory disease, PID. Often has no symptoms. However, some women may have abdominal and pelvic pain. Then we go down. 3 STDs make an alarming comeback. It can also affect the eyes and result in blindness. Sometimes it can affect hearing, and people could experience ringing in their ears and hearing loss. Chlamydia does not cause problems if you treat it right away, but if left untreated, it can lead to serious problems, especially in women. Infections of the nose. Foxy could have had an infection in her throat, lung infections such as pneumonia, and it got more. It started talking about the air. Yep, it starts talking about the ears. So pregnant women have chlamydia, often pass it to their babies. If the infection gets the baby's eyes, it can cause blindness. They can also have other problems like pneumonia. Pneumonia can be deadly. Look, having chlamydia makes a person more likely to get HIV from someone who is infected with HIV. The HIV virus causes AIDS. If I die young. Alright, so look. I don't see what we was looking for there, so let's go to find real quick and let's see ears. 0. Let's see hearing. 0. Alright. So it doesn't say it in this, but we already basically seen you could get a throat infection, and of course you could lose your speech from a throat infection. All right, just hold on. And I told people about that HIV after chlamydia. All right. Otitis media in adults with chlamydial conjunctivitis. The aim of this study was to assess the prevalence of otological symptoms in whatever to December 2004. Otological symptoms, in particular hearing loss, earache. You saw that? Chlamydia, better health. Look for the, oh no, that's for the hearing impaired. All right, so let's just go right here real quick, because we saw hearing loss and all that. Let's go to, look, and they talking about eye hospitals, all that. Hearing, 1 of 9, in particular hearing loss. So look, we perform case notes, review all patients with chlamydial conjunctivitis attending the diagnostic clinic Moorfield Eye Hospital from January 1992 to December 2004 for otological symptoms, in particular hearing loss, earache, and sensation of blocked air. Two clinicians cared for these patients in a diagnostic clinic at any one time, one of whom, BTG, was the main clinical throughout the study period, and the main ophthalmologists and the clinicians were trained to inquire for the otological symptoms that were known to be associated with chlamydial conjunctivitis, chlamydia. 4 consecutive patients with otological symptoms selected at random were reviewed by an otologist, and if the otitis media was confirmed, otological tests including myringotomy were performed. Chlamydia diagnostic tests included culture and in-house plasmid-based polymers chain reaction tests were carried out on specimens from the middle ear. You see that, right? And look, it gets deeper. Of 276 consecutive patients with chlamydial conjunctivitis seen from January 92 to December 2004, 36, which was 13%, had otological symptoms, 12.6% of women and 13.9% of men. Of this 36 patients, 21 had noted ear problems on the same side as the affected eye. 12 noted problems with both ears, and 3 noted difficulties with the contralateral ear. All otological symptoms resolved following chlamydia treatment using, so remember Foxy was talking about she got surgery and got her hearing back, might be alive. Doxycycline 200 milligrams daily, or erythromycin 500 milligrams 4 times daily for a week or 3 weeks if the upper genital tract complications. Look at that, dog. Look, they talking about middle ear and all that, dog. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Look, sensations in the left ear with diminished hearing. In addition to Pinot. Look, that shit just get deep. Look, pure audiograms confirm bilateral conductive hearing loss, dog. A 30-year-old man had 1 month history of a right sticky eye and a blocked sensation in both ears, which partial hearing loss for 2 weeks. A right-sided follicular conjunctivitis and bilateral middle ear effusions were noted. He had no genitourinary symptoms but had non-gonocole urethritis on microscopy. Look, even problems with the eyes, all that. Let's see if we can lose speech. Let's see. Loss of speech. Word, dog, from the fucking disease. Let's see, no loss of speech. No matches, alright. Let's see, oral. No, let's just put throat. Word, because you know if, let me see, no matches. Oh, nah, it says 4 of 9. No, that's that. Let's go to throat. 1. They got 1 throat in here. They didn't even show us the throat. But they got 1 throat in there. And that's important because you got to realize if she's having sex with guys she's burning and then she's giving them head, she's just getting her own disease back. You know what I'm saying? So that's the receipt showing why and how, you know what I mean, these problems and symptoms showed up in Foxy. And they claim she got the disease from no other than Jigga. Alright, so I showed y'all that receipt, right? Now, also, besides Ava and the Foxy Brown receipt I just showed you, Jaguar did a video talking about, I guess, some just regular women that's kind of been hating on her progression on Zoom, because I guess she's building like a woman network, nationwide network, and she has some women down with her, and the women are just doing shiesty stuff and squatting on her Zoom. That's what she calls them, Zoom squatters. So check that video out too. I hope you enjoyed this view and opinion video, and click the link in the description to see what we're talking about. And I'll put this on the same article. No, I'll put the live in this new article about Ava. You know what I mean? About Ava. Yep. So it's 3 videos in this video. I just showed you the Foxy. Then you're going to see Ava. And then you're going to hear Jaguar breaking down how women are trying to oppose her movement and try to stop her from doing some nationwide women's social platform on Zoom. You know what I'm saying? So check that out. Planet of the Fake. Shout out to Miss Don Diva for the women on Zoom squatting. Word up.
Planet of the Fakes Hollywood. And Pig. Star. HH. News. For educational purposes. How did none of your investigations lead to Clive Davis? Jaguar Wright believes Ava Duverna is an idiot or being paid to avoid real targets. Singer Jaguar Wright has continued her crusade against the music business, extending it to even bigger VIPs and promising even more retribution to come upon those she's already discussed. Now, she's put one of the most successful music executives of all times in her crosshairs, the legendary Clive Davis. Jaguar's already gone after one of Clive's other proteges, Alicia Keys. Wright unloaded during a live stream about Alicia Keys and her apparent issues with her, including revisiting old slander about Keys' alleged sexuality. Starting off the stream with a bang, Wright called her fellow singer a goofy ABH who ran around stealing other people's husbands, something that has already been discussed and discarded by Keys and the family themselves. However, Wright goes on to allege even more personal, inside knowledge about Keys, because she's crossed swords with her personally. Wright then details a mutual acquaintance that they both dated named Antonio Gordon, who no doubt has no idea his name is being dragged into this currently. Wright claims that they both dated Gordon, until Gordon found Keys in the act of being unfaithful. He found you with somebody else when you was supposed to be his girlfriend. Alicia Keys was discovered by Clive Davis, who of course is a legend in and of himself. Clive Davis is a music executive and mogul, founder of Arista Records, J Records and former president of Columbia Records. Artists he is credited for discovering and pushing to greatness include Janis Joplin, Aerosmith, Billy Joel, Pink Floyd, Chicago, Earth, Wind and Fire, Alicia Keys, Santana, Aretha Franklin and Whitney Houston. Fast forward to today and Jaguars made another post, but instead of a video, which is her normal MO for posting her screeds and rants, she simply posted a short clip which featured a scene from Kill Bill Volume 2. The post included a bizarre but a lengthy caption. I'm coming at Clive J. Davis, there is no stopping me. That Diddy can't stop me. He's busy trying to figure out how to evade the charges coming. And they're coming, wrote the singer on her Instagram post. In addition to the names above that she tagged, there were a few others that raised eyebrows. Notably, Wright tagged award-winning filmmaker Ava Duverna, whose work in the documentary space about incarceration and racism have won her prestige, with her fictionalized account of the Central Park Five When They See Us becoming required viewing for many. This inclusion was a bit confusing to many. At Ava, how did none of your investigations lead back to Clive? Or have you been being paid to avoid real targets? Unless you're a total idiot. But everyone always says how smart you are, wrote Wright confusingly, and the expansion of her targets outside of music also seemed to be a new thing. She also tagged executive Andre Harrell, who died May 7, 2020, noting that he was indisposed at the moment. Thank you very, very, very much. Go to www.amor-ica.
Oh, goodness. Oh. I've been busy processing all these new offers and orders for salve. Looking out for people and helping people, and guess what? Things get spooky on Wednesday. So apparently, in the Philadelphia Zoom room, there are people who have now decided they're going to try to take over my Philadelphia production Zoom room, which I've opened up for free for months now. for women to come together, for survivors to be able to talk and speak. And now there is a certain section or group of people who have now mistaken my kindness for weakness. So April, Natasha, and whoever else decided to join you in this effort to, try to stop this movement that we're building. You need to understand that everything you're doing right now at this moment, trying to jam the other people who really put their time in, who actually really have something to offer to the group, you're stopping them from this process that has now become a part of our every week. The exact same thing we're supposed to be fighting against is exactly what you women are trying to execute right now on my dime, because none of y'all paid $1 for it. So my husband right now is removing the room. We are shutting down the meeting for this week because apparently we have roaches to exterminate. And we got to be COVID and health code approved, even in a Zoom room. So yeah, we're going to be shutting that down. And please, from this point forward, everyone who supports and is looking forward to being a part of the WCW, make sure you're going to WCW Meeting USA. Any other page that you'll see is a fraud. I am Jaguar Wright. This movement is being sponsored by my company, Philadelphia, and the WCW Meeting USA is it. If you are not attached to that, then you are not a part of us. And if you are not a part of us, I can't vouch for what you are a part of. But I wish you all the best. When I said that I thought you guys should go off and do your own thing and start your own thing and we would support you, I had no idea that meant you were going to try to move in. Like, I'm just trying to figure out how does squatting work on Zoom? Like, how does squatting work? What are squatters' rights on Zoom? Like, is there somebody I can file a complaint for someone that is squatting in my Zoom room? You women should be ashamed of yourselves. You're not even women. You're detractors. See, because you cannot keep up with the pace of what we're doing, and because we are now taking this from a casual conversation to a corporate conversation, which you cannot live up to. See, social workers who are truly social workers don't need to have ghost phone numbers. And I'm investigating you as well, just like I was investigating Natasha. I can't make someone the treasurer of a group and not know whether or not they have a criminal background. And if you are above board, you shouldn't have a problem with being investigated. If you're everything that you say you are, you should hold up to muster. So yes, Natasha, and yes, April, you are currently being investigated by one of my investigators. See, I was just going to let it go. But now that you guys have made this move, I hope everything that you're doing is legitimate. And I'm going to tell you right now, having a surplus of retail charges on your credit report is really not the way to build a bright future. And it definitely doesn't put you in position to give advice to anyone else. So like I said, I wish you all the best, but you're evicted from the Philadelphia Zoom room and the WCW Meeting USA, which has its own page and its own GroupMe account, which you have to be invited into. It is there and it is real. We'll see you next Wednesday. Sorry for all the spooky and the kooky and the goofy, but, not everybody likes change. Some people don't have what it takes inside of them to aspire to be more. For all I know, half of these women that are sitting here trying to hijack this meeting that I put on the map for women to be able to support and comfort and love each other. I had no idea that I was inviting trolls. But guess what? Troll or not, we loved you, we respected you, we listened to everything you had to say, and guess what? When you stopped making sense, I stopped listening. Try Jesus, not me, because I will press charges. And you wonder why we wanted to investigate you. I don't know. Maybe you seem a little untrustworthy. So until next week, au revoir. Thank you for supporting the WCW. We have decided to split things up and switch things up, and there's going to be a lot of great things happening. And we are still now looking for the 4 elders that we need to complete the roster for the Eastern region of the WCW meeting USA. So anybody that's interested, please reach out to us in our DMs, or you can come to our group me, and when you're invited in, we can talk from there. Shame on a nigga who tried to run game on a nigga. Shame on a nigga who tried to run game on a nigga. Ow. I even gotta finish it. Y'all love hip hop, you know the rest. Shame. Shame.
What up, y'all? Planet of Fakes, King of Content. Thank you for looking at my video. And also, I need y'all to basically follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is it ain't even POTF. It's just Planet_of_the Fakes. Planet_of_the Fakes. Subscribe to all my channels too. Mainly Planet of the Fakes, Umbrella Corp, POTFS, Planet of the Fakes Women Group, Planet of the Fakes 4KDZ, and make sure you like us on Facebook. Just put POTFS Global News. Thanks for watching our video, and definitely make sure you visit www.amordashika.com/TV, and that's basically where you see thousands of videos on our website, unflaggable, uncopyrightable. You could be there too. Just get your content together. King of Content, Queens of Content, Planet of Fakes 2. We are a platform. With that being said, what you heard and saw was the content. For additional content, click the link in the description. Like, follow, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, visit my community wall, and if you have time, go to www.amordashika.com/TV. That's our Planet of Fakes 2. We are the new umbrella, Planet of. And I wanted to bring some things to your attention. Oh, you know I'm going to follow that. You know I'm going to follow that. I'm going to follow that. Oh, I'm definitely going to follow that. I'm following that. I'm following that. Following that. Skip. Skip. Oh, I'm following that. 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 Oh, I'm following that. I'm following